This 3-2 pitch to Josh Donaldson changed the game and probably not in the way you would expect. Hinch shaking his head because that is a really well-executed 3-2 pitch from his rookie pitcher, Elvin Rodriguez, right on the black, dots it. The umpire doesn't give him the call, and he's got to just keep his head about him. And if you want to keep your hair about you, you got to go to Keeps because they will help you prevent hair loss. I was up all night. Thinking about this because I saw these shakes by the pitcher in this Trevino at bat, and I thought they seemed very unnatural. I was like, those are fake shakes. That's not a real shake that a pitcher does. What's going on here? Slider taken. And then I was like, wait, why is he leaning forward and looking in at the signs? We're using PitchCom now. It's in his ear. He doesn't have to focus like this. And then shaking, what's he looking at and shaking? That's not really how it works anymore. And then I see Tucker Barnhart doing all these catcher deeks, creeping inside to try and sell inside when they go away. And then Apple gives us this shot, which thanks, Apple. This was awesome because this is the one shot that kept me up all night, and I untangled this web. I was like Russ Cole in his trailer, Charlie Kelly in the mailroom. Look at Tucker Barnhart, who's awesome. Love Tucker. He's smiling, and he's saying, hey, shake your head no. And that's the fake shake. And then Tucker looks up at the batter, Trevino, also a good friend, and says, is he looking? Make sure he sees you shake. And then he's going to hit the buttons on his knee, which tell the pitcher what pitch is coming. And then he does the glove fake to try and sell the high fastball, even though it's another slider away. Trevi puts it in play. That whole sequence right there kept me up. I was like, what is going on? Tucker is trying so hard to deceive the batter with everything but the pitch. He must think they know what's coming. And then I looked at the stats, and then I kept watching, and then I was like, oh, I get it. And what happened was, in the second inning, that strike was called a ball. Josh Donaldson gets the first base, and now all of the Yankees have eyes on the pitcher, the rookie, to see if he is giving away his pitches from the stretch. Because from the windup, they didn't find much. But from the stretch, maybe they find something. And here we go. I'll show you a little bit of what they're seeing. Here's a pitch to Andujar. That's popped out, and he's out. Next pitch is to Carpenter. And Carpenter hits the crap out of this ball, but it's caught at the track. And now the next pitch to Kiner, and it's all in his head. If you're trying to pick it up, look at his head and see if you notice anything. And if you're bored and you're like, just tell me already, Jimmy, I'll do it. Here you go. They figured out that if the pitcher in the stretch looks straight ahead to third base, a fastball is coming. If he doesn't really do that, an off speed is coming. So of these three pitches, the middle one, he was looking straight ahead, and the middle one is a fastball, and the others are off speed. And that's what they figured out. But in the third inning, they hit solo home runs. So they didn't really get to use it because no one was on base. Only a 2-0 game. Now this pitcher is reaching the most pitches he's ever thrown in his career. And I think the Yankees are thinking, hey, let's take advantage of this. So Carpenter's up. There's 2 outs. He wants to get on base so they can keep going. So he's going to see the curveball and let that be. And then he decides to lay down a bunt, pulls back on the curveball, and they're giving him third base. Now, the Tigers are saying, Carpenter, you almost hit a home run last at bat. We don't care if you get to first base. The bottom of the order is up after you. We just don't want you to hit a home run. Bunt all you want. And Carpenter says, but you don't know what we know. And he lays down a bunt on the fastball, and it's an absolute beauty, and it does more than pass the baton. It now lets the batters know what pitch is coming. Now Kiner Fluff is up. Let's look at the pitcher's head. He looks down. He looks up. He does not look towards third base, so off speed's coming. Kiner waits on it, sends it into left field. Carpenter goes first to third. He looks at him, says, there you go, buddy. Now the fake shakes start coming because they're like, uh-oh, the Yankees know something. We got to do some trickery here. They actually abandoned the fastball in this inning. Oh, let's see. Let's watch his head. So he gets the sign. He gets the sign. Fake shake, gets the sign. Nope, that's not long enough of a look. So this is probably going to be an off-speed pitch, and Trevi knows that and doesn't swing. But they smartly start throwing the slider. They're like, all right, if they're not swinging at the slider because they're waiting fastball, just throw it for a strike right down the middle. So they do. And then the next pitch, nope, that's not long enough of a look down to third base. Another one, but he dirts that. So now Nope, that's not long enough. It's going to be another slider. Trevi's not swinging, and he floats another, like, real bad slider, just right down the middle, because they know they're not swinging right now. Now you get to 2 strikes. And now, oh, that's a nice long look towards third base. What's this going to be? Yep, fastball. And Barnhart is only calling fastballs out of the zone. High fastballs, because he knows they're swinging. And Trevi attacks that one. Now the count is 2-2. The pitcher has another ball to work with. Trevi knows this if it's a slider, but he also has to protect, and that wasn't a long enough. He didn't really stop and look, so this is another slider. Tries to get him to chase. He's not going to chase that. Now it's 3-2, and if it's a slider, he's going to try and put it in the middle of the plate. So Trevino's like, okay, I'll try and get my slider swing on if I know. Oh, that wasn't long enough of a look. He did not pause and look that way. That's a slider, and Trevino fouls it off. And then the last one, he didn't look at all. This is another slider, and Trevino puts it in play. It looks like he hits it weakly, so the center fielder comes in, goes over his head. They score a couple runs. Trevi goes to third with the triple because he's an absolute beast now and an awesome guy. He was in our office recently playing some schoolyard puck with us.
This is a good range right here.
I like that.
This is good range, right?
Feels like
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a snipe.
You're like that.
Yeah, put it back.
All right, now Hicks is up, and there's still a runner on base. He didn't look at third at all. This is off speed. And Hicks lets it go. Okay, oh, that's a nice long look at third. This is probably a fastball. Oh, yeah, and Tucker wants it high and away because they're trying to get away with fastballs here. And Hicks says, no, I knew it was coming, so I'll just swing and put that in play. That's a double. Center fielder, barehanded grab, throws it in, makes up for the last play a little bit by throwing the runner out, and they're going to need outs on the base paths if there's runners on. So let's go to the next inning. This is the bottom of the 5th, 3-2. Another pitch, called a ball, which means he has to go to the stretch, which means bad news because Judge sees him look at third for a little bit there, knows a fastball's coming, hammers it in play for the single. Now there's runners on, and Rizzo sees him look at third base for a while there, knows the fastball's coming, and smacks that for a home run. Uh-oh, the start is getting bad for the rookie. And then there's no one on base. So his pitches start to work again because they don't know. And he fools Josh Donaldson with his off-speed nicely. But then Andujar puts one in play. Baez almost makes a really nice play. They can't scoop it. Uh-oh, now a runner is on base again for Carpenter, who's licking his chops because he had to bunt, sacrificed a bunt to get some runs last time. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to hit homers. And he's just going to spit on all these off-speed pitches. And then he's like, oh, there's the nice head pause I was looking for. Kabam, homer. That makes it 10 runs on the pitcher, which is devastating, and he can't figure it out. He's like, what the hell? I got good news for you, man. Your stuff is good. You just got to keep your head right. And if you want to keep your hair right, you got to go to keeps.com/Jomboy or click the link in the description below, keeps.com/Jomboy. Don't lose your hair. You can prevent it. You don't have to go male pattern balding if you don't want. After deciphering the information in the second with a runner on base and the pitcher from the stretch, the Yankees went double, triple, single, home run, home run. The game within the game's a beautiful thing, and I fucking love it. I was up all night thinking about this.